Hey friends, welcome back. We're gearing up to start phase 2 of the greenhouse. Today we are working on the roof and we have all of our stuff together and we're gonna get started. Last time I picked our location, plotted out where our posts would go, squared up and set our posts. Who knew construction used so much math that I haven't used in years? But don't worry, there's more math today. Besides needing lots of measuring and cutting, we need to figure out the pitch of our roof. From the outside of our 4x4 posts, it's 121.5 inches. That's the run. The front height will be 8 foot, and the back height will be 6 foot, which is a 2 foot difference. That's the rise. To find the pitch of our roof, we're going to divide the rise by the run. First today we are screwing in 2x6 boards around the top of our posts. We started with the post that was on the highest point of the ground and measured 8 foot to mark where the top of the board will go. Then we used a level to make sure it was in the right spot on the next post. I need to add a longer level to my wish list, if I'll be building a lot. The boards I got are a tad short, so we didn't need to cut them at an angle, but I'm going to show you how we did that if you need to. I'm going to link a handy pitch calculator in the description below so you can easily find the pitch that you need for your roof. For us, it was 121.5 divided by 24, which ended up being about 2.4 inches. You can see here the results the pitch calculator gave me. Now we're going to take our speed square. It has common up here and degrees down below. You're going to line it up with the lumber that you're using and mark it. Then you're going to hold tightly to the top up here and twist this part out until you get to where you need to be for your degrees or your common. You can see here I've lined it up with my 11 degrees and my 2.4 in my common. Then you're going to mark that line where you're going to cut. And one quick tip my dad taught me today: when you're going to make your cut, you want to stay on this side of your line. You just want to be barely across this line because your saw blade takes up 1/8 of an inch, so you don't want to cut exactly on your line, you want to be on the side of it. From there we made sure that the back boards were 6 foot and level, and then used the side boards and put them at the correct angle to line up with the front and the back. Before I had kids, I used to quilt, and I would compare building things to sewing, in the sense that sometimes even though you did your best, things get a little off and you have to work with it and just adjust it to fit. The original plan was to put our roof 2x6s in from front to back, but since the boards I got were a little bit short, we decided to put them side to side instead, which was actually easier. This way we didn't have to cut the pitch on every single board. Next we marked every 23 inches to see where our 2x6s would go. We measured where the 2x6 would be and marked on each side, and then measured 23 inches to the next one. You can see here how we put it in. We marked 23 inches in between these boards, marked where the boards would be on either side so we knew where to place it, and then marked 23 inches to the next board. I wanted to really quickly show you what I went with for the roof. I got corrugated plastic sheets. These are Suntuf. I am not sponsored by them, it's just what I chose to use. They have the corrugated sheets. I got 12 foot for the roof. And then I also got these to seal. So these are going to go all around the top and around the back and the front to seal so that the air is not escaping from my greenhouse. These are by the same brand. These are also Suntuf. So these go on the ridges and they snap together. These go on the front and the back. And as you're putting the sides, you're going to line it up We screwed these ceiling strips in with 1 1/4 inch exterior wood screws. We just did the perimeter, but you could do them on each 2x6. We just didn't think it would be necessary. Then we put the corrugated sheets on. I had to step inside for a minute to get the baby to go to sleep, so we've got the roof going up here, and we're putting the screws with the washers on them to secure our panels to the roof. These are the screws that are recommended to use with the corrugated sheets. They're 2-inch screws with bond seal washers. I'm really curious to see how these sheets do when the wind gusts come through. We can get some pretty strong winds, and I had corrugated sheets on my chicken house that got blown off by windstorms, so I'm really curious to see how these hold up in the winds. Alright, so the next part we're going to do is we're going to be making a knee wall around the bottom to raise up the windows about 10 inches from the ground. So we're going to be making sure that's all level and putting that in before we start the windows. A problem we were running into with leveling was with my tiny little level. Each section of the knee board showed different levels. Definitely use a larger level if you can. Now for the front, we're putting down a treated 4x4 to raise the door off the ground and then framing it in with 2x4s. We had to shave down one of the 2x6s just a little bit so the door could open the full way. I left 15 inches from the top to put in vents in the front here. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to build these vents, so if you have any suggestions, please leave them down below for me. I don't know who's having more fun with this, the kids or us, but I'm glad everybody can be involved.
Papa, where's the hammer? Daddy,
Yeah? What are you trying to tell me?
Daddy,
What's that? I don't understand. What are you doing with it? Oh, thank you.
Alright, so we're going to stop here today. We got the first 2 windows and the door on the front. We left 15 inches to put the vent in, and we're going to frame around the bottom. We need to get some more 2x4s, and then we're going to finish up framing the sides. We got the roof all finished. So much progress today. Super excited. Thanks for hanging out today. I'll see you next time.